At Whole Foods, what's the #1 platform that you need to connect on?
Instagram.
Instagram. And why is that?
That's where the shoppers are.
Shoppers go there, there's
Yeah.
good visuals.
Great visuals, food and recipes are very visual, and that's what, also all the stores have their own channels. So all the stores are Instagramming tons of things every day, different events, demos, specials, promotions.
Right,
things like
couponing.
that.
And why not Pinterest?
Pinterest is important too, but I think it's not as, it's not as easily accessible via phone. I mean, it's great on mobile, but it isn't necessarily where our audience is right now.
Right. For Sprint, what's the #1 digital platform?
Well, we really, we have a very strong presence in Twitter. And a couple things. We have a formal @Sprint handle, and then we also have @Sprint News. We have @Sprint Care. And then something that we started this year was encouraging our retail team to start their own individual handles to help accelerate, the reach and the span that we have. And so that's been very successful for us. And one of the things that we do at Sprint is we really make sure that we're monitoring our campaigns on a real-time basis. So the @Sprint handle is the more marketing handle, and that's where we do most of our paid and promoted content, versus @Sprint News, which is more conversational and tends to be the news releases and the stories that we want to get out there. And so what we'll do is we'll monitor a campaign in real time, and then we'll make adjustments. Because that's another thing that's nice in social, is that we can make adjustments as you're going along. And you find something doesn't work, you can go in and change it. And so that's an important part of our digital strategy.
And Victoria, from where you sit, is there one core digital platform that you really love?
Personally, LinkedIn right now, just for journalists, for professional use. But to speak to journalists, I just got back, I think it was the end of September. Online News Association had a conference here in LA, in Century City. Speaking to journalists and kind of where they're going and the stories that they're looking at. Anyone using Meerkat or Periscope? Kind of those live, I don't know what they're, I don't know what you're calling them, but the live feeds. Those are expanding now into journalism, and that's kind of where they're going, because you have the 24-hour news cycle now. Breaking news is even kind of phasing out. It's not breaking anymore, it's real time. That's important. And so if you're pitching, keep that in mind. Is there an opportunity for news, like LA Times has, I don't know how many Twitter feeds they have, a few dozen. But now they're even exploring into, with their audience engagement or their social media teams, into these real-time apps. So I think that's something that's really, as far as a trend, and what you need to know that journalists are looking for is real-time things. And just a couple of other platforms that aren't necessarily, I know someone spoke about like newsjacking. Storeful, has anyone heard of Storeful? Journalists are actually using that to, it's a platform where they basically take what's going on virally through different channels, breaking, real-time news, and they're starting to give leads to journalists. They're verifying photos. Just a quick example, sorry. Ferguson, everyone knows Ferguson. There's a photo that was tweeted out and retweeted by incredible news stations that was actually from a fire that happened in Brazil, and they were saying it was Ferguson. No one fact-checked. They're trying to be the first one to put it out, and now there's platforms like Storeful that are vetting these pictures. Is that really where they're saying it is? Especially stuff that's in the Middle East that's going on right now. A lot of places are getting confused, and it's like, well, was this here yesterday or here today? So Storeful's another one. I suggest they have free trials. STORYFUL.
Storyful.
Yes. And there's another one there. They do have subscription services, but they do free trials. And there's another one, I can't think of the name. If you email me, I will send it to you. That's, I think, a free platform that you can use.
So one of the things I'm going to ask is, another summary here is, PR is very labor intensive. There's a lot of writing, strategy, putting together how you're going to communicate, determining what your audience is, providing analytics to capture if it's working, resetting. How many of us work in PR that are in the room today? By a show of hands. Kind of, a few people, 3 people. And you all know that PR, right? PR is earned media. You're not buying the media generally. So it is, you know the difference between earned and purchased media, right? Earned meaning that you sold the story, someone was interested and they wrote something about it.